Welcome to another video and thanks for clicking on this one. In this video, I want to share with you what I've seen in the market today and what I'm taking away from all of this. At the end of the day, we always have to keep our eyes on the big picture, and the big picture is that we're saving, investing and planning for the future. So we shouldn't get bogged by the day-to-day swings of the market. And what do I mean by that? The goal of anything we're trying to achieve is, to invest. And if we are investing on a regular basis, then, the day-to-day moves, whether it goes up or goes down, shouldn't be something that emotionally drives us to take certain actions that may jeopardize our long-term view of, of the plans we have. And that's why in this video, I want to share with you why it is important to set a goal. Okay. Why is it important to set a goal? Now, when it comes to our investment plans, one of the things that we have to do is to regularly review those plans, especially when we've seen a very nice uptick, or at least new highs in the market. And if we look at the Dow Jones, which I would pull up right here, okay, what you would see is that we made these highs. This was back in 2024. We came back to touch that high again, and now we're touching it again for the third time, roughly around the same price. The same thing applies to the S&P 500. If I pull up the S&P 500 right now, you would see that the same thing, we came very close to this high, came to break it around here in 2025. This was in February, and then we finally surpassed that point in the month of July. And what am I getting at? The point is that there's a lot of momentum, there's a lot of optimist investors are looking for some clarity in the market. And how does this then come back to our goal? Well, one of the things I want you to keep in mind is that whatever happens in the market, whether short term and in the near term, shouldn't derail our long-term plans. If your plan is to consistently invest, let's say every week, let that continue to be the thing. The only exception to this is that if you are trying to invest a lump sum of money in the market, then it will be wise to tread carefully, unless you are trying to buy things like the ETFs that I talk about. We have QQQ, we have VOO, we have VTI, and the likes. And the reason why I would say tread carefully is because when you invest your lump sum money all at once, there's a chance that you're likely going to be getting in at a very steep price. So you are paying a premium amount for it. And that leads to my next point that I want to share with you. Now, in my, I think 2 videos ago, I actually talked about this year, the Fear and Greed Index. If I pull it up, one of the things that you would see now is that it's actually cooled off just a little bit. The last time I checked it, we were in the extreme greed section. This was, I believe, Friday or Saturday. We're right here on the extreme greed section, and right now we've seen a slight cool off into that greed region, and actually just slightly, just one number off, because 75 is where it starts with the extreme greed. So we're seeing that cool off, and what that is saying is that, hey, there might be some fear, there might be some uncertainty on the market, and a lot of investors are getting worried. Hence the reason why the stock market is slowly cooling down, and that is normal. This pullback we are seeing, I think it's an healthy one. You can't expect the market to continuously go higher every day. So why are we seeing this cool off? Well, one of the reasons is this, what we have in yellow. All right, this was 5 hours ago at the recording of this video. We have the tariffs that will start in August 1st, 2025. with no exceptions when it comes to extensions. And that means that countries need to work hard to get their act together. If they don't get their act together, what that means is that they would have to, well, their goods are coming to the US, will get slapped with more tariffs, which according to economists and people who study, you know, how these tariffs affect the products and goods that we consumers buy, they believe that that will be passed on to us individuals who are buying this product. Now, the president is of a different opinion. He believes that this is going to be a huge win for the United States. But here's the deal. The government collects the taxes. So yes, it might be a huge win on paper for the government because they end up collecting all these tariffs and taxes to their pocket. But who's paying for them indirectly? Well, yes, the countries are paying that money, but guess what? The goods that they end up being sold, or at least we are the ones paying for it, because somebody has to clear that goods into the country. Whoever is purchasing those goods would have to pay those taxes, which is, you know, it's an indirect way of taxing the people, which would then lead to inflation, which we know that inflation has been quite high for the past couple of years. And the Fed has decided to keep rates kind of relatively the same, or at least at the same point for now, because they are trying to watch what happens with inflation over time, at least in this period of tariffs that we're experiencing. And what that means is that if we start to see an uptick in prices of goods, then there's a chance that the Fed will have to keep the rates the same, or even maybe increase the rates to get inflation back down. We don't know how all of this will play out, but how does this impact our goal is the question we should be asking ourselves. How does it affect our long-term plans? Again, there is always a need to look at your time horizon. And if you look at your time horizon in investing, one of the things that you want to consider is how much time you have to consider. Okay, if I pull this up here, which I believe it is essential, let me zoom it in. One of the things that you would see is that it says investing your time horizon is the length of time you expect to hold an investment before you need to access the money. That is really what I want you to see there, right? The amount of time you need to invest before you access the money. So if you're somebody who has a very long time horizon and you don't have to, let's say it's retirement purposes, then this all noise that we're experiencing that is disturbing the market right now shouldn't bother you at all. And we can think about investment, or at least the time horizons, in maybe two regions: short term, long term. Short term will be considered anything between now and, let's say, 3 years. Long term, anything from 3 years and more and longer. Now the thing here is you invest based on your time horizon, okay? And that means that if you're somebody who believes you will need your investments in the near term, then you should focus on just investing in things that are relatively safe and not take excessive risk, because if the market takes a downturn, or there's a crash in the market, you are able to not feel it as much because you have reduced your exposure. On the other hand, if you're somebody who has a long-term horizon, you might be able to take more risk because you believe that if anything happens, you have enough time to recover in the market. This is something that is worth considering and thinking about, so that you don't put yourself in a situation where you're taking on excessive risk and forgetting about the amount of time that you have to invest. Well, I just wanted to share this with you. If you found value in it, don't forget to drop a like on it, and I'll see you in a future video.